Yo guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we'll be talking about you'd be surprised Tropical Storm Nicolas has formed in the Gulf of Mexico. It didn't get to TD number 14, it only got to Tropical Storm, and it's 40 miles an hour now. It needs to organise itself a little bit more. As you can see, by the 1 PM advisory, Central Daylight Time, and obviously, as you know, as I'm recording this, it's nearly 8 PM UK Standard Time. No, British Summer Time. UK British Summer Time. That's what it's nearly is. And besides, the clocks go back soon in England, in October, I think. So, yeah, when the clocks go back, it gets darker earlier, and it's actually starting to get dark about 7 o'clock now. When usually in August, you usually get July, August, and September. No, yeah, July, August. No, June, July, August. It usually gets dark about 8, 9 o'clock. So, yeah. Anyway, this might be a hurricane threat. I honestly think that this will become a hurricane in the Gulf. I honestly agree 100% that this is going to be a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. Because the water temperatures are there for it. You got 31 degrees Celsius here. Even though it's in 29 now, it's still in very warm sea surface temperatures, and it's in a very favorable environment right now. So as soon as it gets itself organized a bit more, it could rapidly intensify, and it could get to, you don't know, it could get to Cat 1, maybe even a Cat 3, but I'm not calling a Cat 3 in a minute. It depends if this goes up the expectations and defines the NHC and becomes a hurricane. Maybe I'll up it to a Cat 2, but if it goes from a 70-mile-an-hour storm from here to like a 120-mile-an-hour storm here, then I'll be shocked, because storms can do that. What storm was it that formed over? I think it was Anita that formed here, or travelled here, became a tropical storm here, hurricane, and became a massive Category 5 here, before making landfall. I think it was here in Texas. Anita made landfall here in Mexico. So yeah, it was here. Yeah, somewhere here, or it was down south or north. I don't know where. I think. Yeah, the track went like this. So that started to monitor a low pressure system here, became a depression here, and then really became a Category 5 storm, made landfall here. And I don't know if it moved north or it went like that. I'm not quite sure. I'll have a look at the track, and I'll post the track in one of my videos. Or, no, I'll edit it in one of my videos, so you guys know what the track of Anita was. Because Anita, I'll say it was actually a 75-mile-an-hour hurricane. 175-mile-an-hour hurricane, to be exact. Because, if I am right, it was actually very small for its wind field. It had a very small wind field indeed. So yeah, I will show you tropical tidbits now. Satellite imagery. Invest 93L does not look good right now. When I say it does not look good, I mean it is completely dead on the latest frames. Look on the latest frames. Boom. That's it. The center. I'll show you where the center is. The center of circulation is here. So it's been displaced off the center because I think wind shear from the south, or is it from the? I think no, it's from the south, which is displacing these storms on towards the north and the northeast. So that won't form anytime soon. And besides, even if it's meant to be tracking west, it won't even form because it will have strong wind shear all the way. As we are in an unfavourable environment, as we are in the unfavourable phase of the MJO, which means you get more sinking air over the MDR, more sinking air, basically on the whole of the Atlantic. But you get more rising air over the Pacific. I'll show you the sea surface temperatures, and I'll actually show you what the La Nina is doing, because I said I would keep up with you sometime in August or September for the La Nina. As you can see, it is cooling down a bit more, actually, to be honest with you. As you can see, here is the cool port here. And it's actually cooling down a lot, to be fair with you. So... And obviously, if this does turn into a full-blown La Nina before, in October, then it could, push all the warm water near, near Australia, the Philippines, the Indian Ocean, the Southwest Indian Ocean, and plus there'll be low wind shear, low dry air in the Atlantic. Actually, we've seen less waves coming off the coast this year than we did last year, because we were supposed to have a strong West African monsoon this year. But actually, I don't think we had that unless we had it in June, where we saw multiple systems forming in June. I think it was it 4 or 5 in June? I think it was 4 in the Atlantic in June, which was actually a record because usually you get 2 or 3 in June. Then July was just absolutely inactive in the Atlantic. Well, even though it did produce a hurricane for us in the Atlantic, which wasn't nice at all, because I was meant to be going to Florida with my school at that time, but Florida did get hammered by they only had 2 systems this year, or was it 3? 2. They got Elsa, and then they had Mindy, which was here and went like that, and they had Elsa, which was actually formed here, and which was actually our first MDR system to form here. So within the Caribbean and went like that. Mindy went like this. Just skirted along the coast. So, the Atlantic's actually kind of warming up. Where the cool part is where Larry was here. Where Larry upwelled the water. That's why it kept weakening. Even though it did one eye-wall replacement cycle, it kept weakening because it kept, upwelling the water. And if you actually see, you can actually see it. You see, look, you can actually see it where Larry actually upwelled the sea surface temperatures. Because Larry, all of this was running about 28 to 30 degrees Celsius here. But then, actually, when Larry came off the coast, actually upwelled here when it became a major hurricane. Actually, no, it became a major hurricane here, but then it actually stayed as a major hurricane for quite a long time, actually, before weakening here. Actually, no, it did weak. Well, it was a Cat 4, then Cat 3, then Cat 4, then Cat 3, then Cat 2. Well, once it got to a Category 2 here, or I think it was a Cat 1, I know it was a Cat 2 near Bermuda, and literally it upwelled the ocean so much. Look at that. And obviously it didn't move into cooler sea surface temperatures, so by the time it made landfall in Nova Scotia, it actually looked really good. Like, for an ex-tropical system, it actually looked really good. I'm not gonna lie, I'll show you. If you could look back at my satellite imagery video, if you can watch it, I'll add some more in that video. I'll probably delete that and then add some more imagery or something. If I can find more imagery. But anyway, in the Gulf, look at the Gulf of Mexico. I would want to bathe in these waters, fam. I would want to bathe near the Bahamas as well, and in the Caribbean. Are all running well above average. The whole of this bit is running above average, but this bit is where Larry was below average. So I'm very above average, slightly above average. Well, not slightly. Slightly below average. Slightly average. Below average. Below average. And very below average. So as you can see, obviously where the most systems form, which is mostly in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico, the MDR, near the Bahamas, there is some upper level winds here in the Gulf, which is indicating some strong wind shear. I'll show you a wind shear map. Wait, no. Wait. Wind shear map. There we are. I'll show you the wind shear map, and actually, yeah, where Larry is right now, it's kind of in some strong wind shear. But, Larry might get out with that strong wind shear. It's only 25 knots. So, it is enough to tear the system apart. But as you can see on satellite imagery, it barely does not look good right now. As, here, here's that wave that's actually coming off the coast. I think as soon as this moves out the way and gets over the ocean, then maybe the upper level winds will decrease and maybe allow Nicolas to thrive in the Gulf of Mexico, start to rapidly intensify. Most of the models are indicating that this could become a major hurricane. I'll show the JTWC. Yeah, they do have tropical depression conson, which has made landfall in Vietnam. Typhoon Chanthu right now. It's going to affect China, then North Korea, but they have it as 110 miles per hour. I am agreeing with Force 13 here, and I am agreeing with 105 miles per hour. Because on satellite imagery, it doesn't look as good as it was when it was down here. Because when it was at its Category 5 peak, 180 miles an hour, I was so shocked that it actually got to 180 miles an hour. I thought it wasn't even going to get to 180. I didn't know it was going to get to 180 miles an hour. I thought it was only going to get to 60, then maybe get up to 165 here again, and then obviously move up north, stay as its intensity, and then obviously weaken as it heads towards Taiwan. It was supposed to make landfall in Taiwan, but as you can see, it completely missed Taiwan by 100 miles, but did deliver typhoon force winds, so like pretty much the whole of Taiwan right now. So yeah, NHC National Hurricane Center. Well, as you can see, we have actually got 1, 2, 3 disturbances out there now. We did have 4, which was this system, but now it is a near 0% chance of formation right now. So yeah. This system yesterday, if you look back on my video, it looked really good on satellite imagery when I showed you. It looked so good on satellite imagery. I don't know why it didn't look good now for some reason. Don't ask me why. It just died. Well, it did die, but due to strong wind shear and very cool sea surface temperatures and all of that. That's why it and plus the dry air as well. The dry air got to the system, and photo trained it as well, which kinda weakened the storm, to be honest with you. So yeah. Anyway, I'll show you where the systems are, and I will show you satellite imagery. We're on tropical Tibet again, guys. Invest 97E actually kind of looks quite good, but if you have a look at Nicolas, Nicolas is alright. It's not the worst looking storm ever. It is blown up convection, I have to admit, but it's because of that wind shear, which is kinda. You can actually see the wind shear blowing out, because you can see the cloud tops stretching. The cloud tops were stretching and they were just puffing up continuously. Then maybe it would have actually strengthened. But it's actually strengthening though. As you can see, here, you actually do have convection blowing up all here. Yeah, you have convection blown on the latest frames though. It doesn't look like it is blown up. Barely any convection, but to be honest, it is blown up convection. On satellite imagery, it kinda looks alright, but it's got an exposed. Well, its center of circulation is here, and as you can see, the wind shear is doing this to the system. So what it is doing right now, it is limiting the intensity of this system. I don't think it is weakening the system down to a depression. But as you can see, if you have a look at the center circulation in the first frames, you can see it exposed a bit before trying to close off. Nicolas is putting up a fight against that wind shear, and it's putting up a really good fight. Because Nicolas really wants this. Nicolas wants to become a major hurricane. I just know it. I just know it that Nicolas will become a major hurricane. If I'm not saying it will, but if the wind shear does die down, and actually does brings us the that anti-level, that tropical cyclone vorticity spin, which I'll show you in a minute. There's anticyclone spin in the atmosphere that allows the storm to really puff up. You do see that in the center though. The center is kind of looking alright, but as you can see on the latest frames, the most of the convection is up here. You barely see any of the convection down here. It's because of the wind shear. But this storm is strengthening, and it doesn't look like Mindy whatsoever. This storm looks way better than Mindy. 100 times better than Mindy, this storm looks like. But you know, I wonder what weather nerds have for this system. Right, I'm on weather nerds right now, and weather nerds is actually want this system blown up some really strong intensity, actually. No, not intensity, I mean, should I say, cloud tops. But on weather nerd satellite imagery, it actually kind of looks disappointing, to be honest. Because if you have a look here, now look at the center on here. The center is basically in this area. Anywhere in this area can be the center. Where it could be this breaking part here, this breaking part here, could be in the middle there. We don't really know where the center is. Well, I don't know where the center is anyway. But I think on this system, I think here, you can actually tell where the system is. Yes. You know how this system is being sheared, because you can see the bands here which are being sheared, and obviously it's westerly shear now that's coming out, and west northerly wind shear as well, which is blowing the cloud top south and north here. So yeah, I think maybe later on, maybe it has a potential hurricane for the Bahamas. Not for the Bahamas. I mean, for Texas. But as you already know, because I told you later on. But if That's only if the wind shear dies down. The sea surface temperatures are well conducive for development. It's got a load of moisture right now where the area where the storm is, right, basically. The whole of the storm is surrounded by moisture, warm sea surface temperatures, but only one thing that's stopping it is wind shear. It's the strong wind shear that's coming out from the west, which is really tearing the system apart, which it doesn't want to tear the system apart. The reason why is because Mindy really, really, really wants this system to become quite powerful. Nicolas wants the GFS wants this system to become quite powerful, but yeah, I'll show you the latest GFS run and then I'll end the video here. Right, here is the models. So they are actually backing off their hurricane peak, but it still can be a 990 millibar hurricane. Now, take this as a pinch of salt. Luckily, it is not a strong system. So, when it's here, anyway, look, it's only going to be a very weak system here. Maybe even, it could even stay as a tropical storm. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, don't forget, wow. Nicolas is expected to intensify some. Our latest forecast is slightly below the NHC, showing a 60-mile-an-hour storm coming into Texas this week. Significant rainfall could fall from Nicolas, and we could see some significant storm surge in some areas along the coastlines. Yeah, so guys, if you're in Texas, prepare now, because you could see some significant storm surge and 11 to 12 inches of rain. I don't know if that is actually quite real, but if that does happen, then yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll end the video here. Don't forget to like. Oh wait, before we do this, actually, there's no other systems that actually do want to form, but I am showing in the long term, towards the beginning of October, we are meant to be having a very strong major hurricane in the Caribbean, and there are Caribbean cruisers. The Caribbean cruisers aren't dangerous. They are the most intense, and yeah. So anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you on our next video. Peace and have a good day.